Hey everybody, welcome to new fire alarm devices for August of 2017. Now this video is coming a little bit later into the next month than I probably would have liked it to, but as always we're going to be taking a look at all of the fire alarm devices that I purchased to add to my collection within the last month, which was of course August 2017. And I do want to preface this by saying there's probably not going to be a new fire alarm devices video for September of 2017 because it's about halfway through the month now. I still haven't really purchased anything, and I kind of don't plan to. So we'll probably be getting a combination video, like a September and October new fire alarm devices, and we'll see how that goes. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got here. First up, we have a Fike 20-1063 dual action pull station. As you can see, this is a rebranded Firelight BG12L. And if I go ahead and open this up, which this station actually uses a really strange lock. I was surprised when I got this that it uses a AES IntelliNet 601 key, which I just happen to have laying around. You can see this is an addressable pull station. We have the addressable module right here. You can see the model number information. We have the little spot to write in the loop and the device address. So, and I've been told that this station works on the Firelight addressable protocol, but I haven't been able to confirm that yet. So let's go ahead and move on to the next device. Here we have a True Alert remote strobe. This is a model number 4906-9103. This is a SmartSync strobe, as you can see on the back. They don't really give a good indication that it's a SmartSync device, but you can see that it's a multi-candela strobe, 15, 30, 75, 110 candela, and you may have seen this in that SmartSync demonstration video that I did just a couple days ago. I think it was called like the Solar Eclipse Special or something, because I filmed it when it was kind of dark out from that. So anyways, moving along. Next up, we have a 4904-9101 remote strobe. You'll see this is mounted on a adapter plate here, and it still has wiring on it. That's because I have this pull station ready up on the board for the next system test that I'm going to be doing. So just like the EST Genesis chime in the last new fire alarm devices video, since I already had it connected, I didn't really want to take it all apart to move everything around. But this is a 4.5 candela strobe, even though for such a low candela rating, it does come off as pretty bright. I guess because the lens is a lot clearer than it appears. But anyways, if you want a little preview for the next system test, there it is. It's going to be paired with another very similar strobe on a retrofit plate, and we'll see how it goes from there. Our next device here is pretty rare and uncommon. This is a Est Edwards 895B-001, and this looks a lot like the, I think it's like 892 series, those electronic horns. But if we look on the back here, this has like a adapt-a-horn style mechanical horn mechanism installed behind it. This is currently like the newest device of the bunch, and I really haven't had a chance to take a good look at this and test it out very much. I only tested it enough to make sure it worked and I didn't have to return it or anything like that. But sometime in the near future I should have a video or two out using this device and kind of showing it off because it is such a uncommon design. Next up, we have two Simplex 4048R fire alarm horns. These are exceptionally rare, and the 12-volt version right here actually belongs in the July 2017 new fire alarm devices video, but for some reason when I filmed that video I totally forgot about this horn. But this 120-volt version here I did get in the last month, and I just did a testing video showing both of these sounding together. Take a look at the backs. You can see the kind of strange mechanism they have. Not a whole lot of difference between the 12-volt and 120-volt version, as you would expect. Just the coil windings are slightly different to account for those voltage differences. And the interesting thing about these is, if you take a look on the side, right here, you'll see that these are listed for Underwriters Laboratories Canada. So that may help to explain why these are so uncommon and why there's not very much information around regarding these. At the moment, I think there's only like 3 or 4 of these that have kind of been suggested to be out there. So these are obviously pretty uncommon horns, and it's very interesting to have the 2 of them, much less earlier when I just had the 1. So let's go ahead and move on. Right here we have a Simplex 2901-9838 fire alarm horn. This is pretty standard run-of-the-mill horn. When I bought this, I bought it as the horn part here, and the seller actually had the grill that went along with it, so I got this for a very, very reasonable price, and I already have 2 of these, and this one just kind of adds to the group of them that I have. Next we have 2 Federal Signal 4050E horns with Federal Signal V1971 strobes on them, which I'll add are incredibly bright. I think they're rated at either 75 or 110 candela, one of those 2, but they seem much brighter than that. So these are the electronic horn counterparts to the Federal Signal 4050D series, and I bought these as part of a larger lot, which the majority of which I'll be reselling like I like to do. These kind of disappointed me, the strobes at least, because my SXLEX apparently does not like Federal Signal V1971 strobes, so the only panel I have that can run these reliably is my FCI FC72, so these are going to have to be kind of paired up with that system, but that's okay because it kind of gives that panel more of a purpose than it did before I bought these. Following along with the 2 previous devices, we have a remote strobe version of the V1971. This is mounted on a Federal Signal MPV duplex mounting plate. That's why this modular strobe, which really is intended to be mounted on the front of a horn like you just saw with these, it allows this to be mounted just on a plate that you can mount as a standalone remote strobe. About 2 weeks ago I actually had a scare where I thought the knacks on my SXLEX were going bad, which was really surprising because I'm exceptionally careful with that panel, with all my panels, and because I would hate to damage any of them. And this ended up being the culprit. There was nothing wrong with the panel at all, it's just this was acting strangely, like I just mentioned, how the SXLEX doesn't really like these, which I've seen that happen with a couple devices, but I just really didn't expect it with this model of strobe. Next we have a System Sensor i3 series smoke detector. This is a model number 4WB, so it is a 4-wire detector. It just takes a standard 24 volt DC input, and then it has a normally open contact, so I'll be able to find a use for this since it's more of a obviously it's a conventional smoke detector, but it's more universal and generic than some of the other smoke detectors I have that only match up with their respective panels. So this should be fun to mess around with in a couple of future videos. And lastly, we have another little preview of System Test 35, because I don't really feel like taking this pull station down just for the new fire alarm devices video. This is a Landis & Gyre rebranded FCI MS2. And just like the Fike pull station from the beginning of this video, this one came as kind of a surprise to me in terms of what key it used. It actually uses a EST Cat 45 key. So if we take a look at the inside, you can see it still has the FCI logo, and it's branded as an MS2. And what's strange about this pull station is I really don't see the reason why Landis & Gyre, which I have trouble pronouncing the name of that company, but I'm not sure why they needed a pull station branded in their brand name in the first place, because when I look them up online, they manufacture smart meters for like electrical power consumption. So how this does or did at one point fit into their product line, I have no idea, but because of how strange and unusual it is, that's one of the main reasons I bought it, considering all of the other MS2 pull stations that I have laying around. But anyways, expect to see this pole station in the upcoming System Test 25, and thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next time.